Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Nick Saban Show, brought to you by TruckWorks. I'm Chris Stewart, along with the head coach of the Crimson Tide. Coach, congratulations on a 52-24 win over Texas A&M.
Well, thank you. You know, it was a great win for our team today. We had a lot of respect for Texas A&M. We thought they had a really good team. It's a ranked team, and there was some adversity out there today that we had to overcome, but I was really proud of the way our players kept playing in the game. It's what we didn't maintain our intensity last week in the game, and that was the real focus that we wanted to make in this game today, and I thought the players did a really good job of that. We still have a lot of things that we need to clean up, and you know, we'll make those corrections. We'll kind of enjoy this for 24 hours, and then we got to get on to getting busy to make some improvements in some mental errors that we made on defense and some things we need to do better offensively.
You mentioned focus, and everybody talks about improvement from week 1 to week 2. That was something you wanted to see. By and large, did you get what you wanted out of this group in that area?
Yeah, I think so. I think we played a more physical team today, especially in the line positions. You know, they got a good offensive line. They got a pretty good defensive line. So we struggled to run the ball a little bit today, which we certainly want to be able to do a little better. But the way they played us gave us some opportunities to be able to make a lot of explosive plays, which we took advantage of. I thought Mac did a great job. The receivers did a great job. So I did see improvement. I think we made improvement on defense. I think we gave up probably 150 yards of plays today on mental errors in the back end and that linebacker in terms of some of the coverage adjustments, which are easily fixable things, and they need to get fixed, and we got to do a good job of eliminating those kind of mental errors.
I think we talked about this a little bit last week, but you were on the road, and the crowd being smaller than it normally is. That's one thing when you go on the road, that it's almost an advantage to the visiting team. But how odd was it to come into Bryant-Denny and it not be at the full capacity?
Well, it was odd. You know, it was odd, you know, when we came up to the Walk of Champions, and there were a lot of people there, but they were so far away you couldn't feel their presence like you usually do. But I felt the spirit in the stadium today. I really appreciate the fans that were there and the enthusiasm that they created. Was it like having 102,000 people? No, but I felt their presence today, and I think our players really appreciate that.
All right, Coach, let's get into the first half highlights.
Running back to the left of his quarterback. Mack is in the shotgun. He'll stand back, looks, throws right side, trying to find Mechie. He's got it behind the defense. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Alabama, 78 yards. How about that? Here's a 3rd and 3 from the 6. Mechie in motion. Handoff. Najee, left side, finds a hole, takes it in. Touchdown, Alabama! Now the wideout, Preston goes wide right. Mond looks left, throws wide open, Aniyah Smith. They lost him out of the backfield. He'll come down the near sideline. A shove by Wright that doesn't work, and it's a touchdown for Texas A&M. Here's a 3rd and 10 play. Mack gets the snap, the pass deflected in the air, intercepted by A&M. It's run back and taken by DeMarvin Leal. He is up to the 20 and taken down from behind by Najee Harris. The ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, right into the arms of DeMarvin Leal. Empty backfield. Mond stands in, looks, throws, open, wide open. Touchdown, Ryan Rennick, the tight end. It's a tight formation. Mond gets the snap, stands in. They pick up a blitz, throw, intercepted. That's Daniel Wright down the right sideline. He's going to take it to the house. A 46-yard pick-6. The first interception of the year for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Daniel Wright, thank you very much. Heavy weights on the left side of the line. Mack looks, throws, wide open. Devontae goes up, comes down. Touchdown, Alabama at the back line of the end zone. He threw it up to where only Devontae was going to catch it. Touchdown, Alabama, from 2 yards away.
Coach, nice job by your team to regain control after A&M had come back in that first half.
Well, I know that we don't do a turning point for the other team, but when we made a mental error and gave up a 50-yard touchdown pass, didn't cover the back, didn't adjust to the motion the right way, and then the next series on offense, we did tip ball intercepted. They take it down in the red zone, and then they score on the next play. I mean, they scored twice in like no time. But our players showed resiliency, and we did a great job on third down. We scored 5 of 7 drives. We were really good on third down offensively. We got off the field defensively on third down, so we did a good job. And I think the way the half ended, we got a 4th down stop, and we went 2 minutes, scored a touchdown, was huge, in the momentum of the game, and it was great for our team. And then we wanted to come back out and reestablish things in the second half.
All right, Coach, we'll get to those second half highlights when we come back here on The Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Red Diamond, the official coffee and tea of the Crimson Tide.
Coach, this is the part of the show where you always take us in the locker room and share your message that you've shared with the team.
Well, it was pretty obvious. We didn't come out and play very well in the second half last week, so we really wanted to establish playing 60 minutes in the game. Is it worth it to you to, create hell for the guy you got to play against to nominate your box for 60 minutes in the game? So that was kind of the message at halftime. I didn't like the way we came out and started the second half because we went 3 and out on offense with, I think, 3 penalties in 1 drive. But we played better the rest of the way. And so I was pleased that we competed the whole game. We competed for 60 minutes in the game, and I think our toughness, sort of showed through at the end when we took the air out of it. And but they were going 2 minutes at the end of the game, and they're hard to cover, and we didn't do as good a job as we needed to stop them all the time on defense. But I was really pleased with the way we came out and played in the second half.
All right, Coach.
Excuse me.
We'll let you get some water, and we'll get into those second half highlights.
They need 22 here. Mack's going to go long. He's got Waddle behind the defense. He's going to get a whole lot more than 22. Waddle's got it. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. All right, Coach Saban, you can be upset, but you can smile at the same time. 87 yards, touchdown, Mack to Waddle. How about that? Mond in the shotgun, gets the snap, looks right, fade route into the end zone. Touchdown. 5:45 to go in the game. Waddle in motion. Mack steps back. Mack looks. He's got Mechie wide open. Hello. Catches it at the 20. Takes off and beats everybody in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. 63 yards. Mac Jones to John Mechie. How about that?
Coach, congratulations again. 52-24. Great way to start the home portion of the schedule.
Well, it was great to be at home, and I think the most important thing for our players to understand, even when you win, is you get to enjoy that for a little while. All right, but when we go to work on Monday, we really have to stay focused on what we need to do to improve. There's a lot of things that you got to give the other team credit when their players make great plays, but you also got to take into account what did we give them. Because we didn't do things correctly. And I think it's going to get more and more important for us to play with more consistency so we don't have mental errors on defense that give them big plays, and we don't have breakdowns on offense that put us in bad positions, which we've been able to overcome because of our skill guys and making plays. But that's not something when you play somebody good you want to be counting on. So hopefully we'll be able to clean some of these things up and continue to improve after this game today.
Got to ask you something, as just obviously as a football guy, with the changes in the rules on touchbacks. I don't think we had a single return, maybe from either side in this one. You had touchbacks the entire day. Do you like the rule? What's your thought on where that is in the game right now?
I think kickoff and punt return is an exciting part of the game. I think some of the rule changes that we made for player safety on kickoff return and kickoff coverage were actually very positive. But the fact that there are no returns in the game and that you can make a fair catch and get the ball at the 25. We didn't have all touchbacks today. They just fair caught the ball, when we didn't. All right, so you get the ball on the 25. So you really sort of take that play out of the game. That part of this I don't like. I never liked the fair catch rule on kickoff return to start with. I understand it's for player safety, but I think there's other things that we could do that would enhance player safety without taking that out of the game.
All right, Coach. We got more coming up. Stay with us right here on The Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. By Coca-Cola, together tastes better. And by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, where was the turning point this week?
I think it was right before the half. The score was 28-14. We get a fourth down stop, and I think there was 1:21 to go in the game. We had all 3 timeouts and, did a great job flawlessly executing 2 minutes before the half. I think Mac was 6 of 7, and, we used our timeouts and did what we needed to do. But to go ahead 35-14 when they could have made it 28-21 was a real key to the turning point in the game to me. The momentum as well as the scoreboard, because that changes the dynamics of the game.
Always enjoy hearing you talk about your staff, and I've really been looking forward to this one. Freddie Roach back on campus at the University of Alabama and back as a part of your staff.
Well, I've known Freddie for a long time. When I was at LSU, we recruited him. He came to Alabama. He's a great player. When I was at the Miami Dolphins, we tried to sign him. He went to the Patriots or someplace else. This is about the 3rd time I've tried to hire him. And he finally was in a position where we could hire him, and he's done an outstanding job with our players. I mean, he's got great character. I really like the example that he sets for our players, and he's got a lot of energy and enthusiasm, which is certainly something that we needed with our defensive linemen, and it's worked out extremely well for us.
I'm glad Mal got you. I'm glad you got Freddie, and we're going to learn more about him as we go Mercedes-Benz All Access.
Offense, y'all. When y'all feel the pop, you gotta sit on it a little bit. Go. Now sit down. That's it. Good job.
I love the state of Alabama. I love the university, and the opportunity Coach Saban has given me to coach here is remarkable.
Go. Pass. That's it.
My first job was working in the weight room here under Coach, and he's been really good to me. I guess that was 2008 there. Started coaching in the weight room. It was great, and I just kind of continued to try to learn and progress. But unbelievable man, great leader, and someone that everyone should have the opportunity to learn underneath.
Freddie Roach inside the 10, touchdown Alabama. That might seal the deal for the Crimson Tide.
The guys that I played with, the seniors that we had, we worked really hard to try to get it back where we thought was in a good spot. So I enjoyed it and blessed the opportunity I had to play here.
Tackled by Freddie Roach.
Obviously, you spend a lot of time as a player, and then you see things from a different perspective as a coach. So it means a lot. I think it's the standard and how things are done here. The tradition here is very rich, and I just enjoy being a part of trying to get that where it should be. Coach Saban does an unbelievable job, and the staff. And Alabama's great. It's always been great, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Once you step away from the game for a little bit, it's a little lull in what I want to do. How can I still be around the things I've always done? And having the opportunity to help people and teach people what you've learned in the game. And obviously you get around coaches who know a lot more, and you learn, and you see kids grow, and you see players grow, and that's something special. That's what coaching is all about, watching people develop.
Coach, time for your game analysis brought to us by KS Services.
Right. Well, we had made about 3 bad plays in a row. I think we got 3 penalties in a row here. So we're in a long yardage situation. All right, and we throw this as an RPO where this Jalen's going to come up and go in, and Smitty's going to come underneath. And we have several different routes that we can play on the backside. All right, but you see, we get a lot of this coverage. They double this guy with this guy and the safety on this side. All right, and they're going to try to play bracket coverage on him, and then the linebacker and the corner are going to play Smitty. All right, so we ran this a couple times. All right, now we're going to run the go off of it. All right, and what happens is when you play bracket coverage, all right, you end up with the safety, all right, covering 17 man to man. All right, and you can throw me in that bar patch anytime you want. All right, because it's a bad matchup. All right, so you see it's a great double move. All right, you see Mac actually puts a little pump on it, all right, to get the guy to bite, then makes a really good throw, and Jalen Waddle finishes the play. And this was an explosive play to start the second half, which was really great. The plays prior to this, not so good. All right, but big playability and making explosive plays has a lot to do with being successful offensively.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Coach, the tight end, something that was a big part of A&M's game, but your tight end, good today as well, Miller Forrestall with a couple of grabs.
Well, Miller has been, outstanding player. He's a very consistent player for us. He made, a big catch last week, couple catches again today. But I think the biggest thing about Miller Forrestall is he has great character. He's a very good leader on our team. He sets a great example. He's a very good communicator, spends time to help other players. And, when you say Miller Forrestall, I remember all these guys when we recruited them. Right. So I remember the home visit. His mother makes the best white chili. I never heard of white chili. Best white chili in the world.
All right, grab a bowl and get it ready for Miller Forrestall.
My name is Miller Forrestall. I play tight end, and I'm from Cartersville, Georgia.
Rolls right, stands in, throws wide open. Forrestall, the tight end of the 10. He'll power in. Touchdown, Alabama.
I was offered to be the best version of myself and to play for the best coach of all time. That's something I couldn't turn down. Some of my favorite moments are just made with the team. Wins, losses both, times in the locker room, times on the practice field where your best memories are made. Something my dad said to me the other day. He said there's been a lot of bad, but there's been so much good. And I think that's any part of life. There's been a lot of people before us that have set a precedent, a standard of excellence. And I think we try and do that, live up to that every day. Coach Saban teaches a lot of lessons, not just in football, but life lessons. How to be a man, how to be a father, how to be a husband. And I think that's something we kind of see and pick up on bit by bit. Most important to me is how I live my life and how I try and honor Jesus with my life and love the people around me. That is what I need to keep most important in my life.
Finds Forrestall, wide open, he runs over 3 men. Touchdown, Alabama!
Walking out in front of what's usually 100,000 but won't be this year, in front of all those people to represent our university is something really, really special.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, what's next is a matchup on the road with Ole Miss, a big winner today.
Well, Ole Miss has scored a lot of points in 2 games. I've seen they've scored over 40 points in 2 games against a really good Florida team and today against a good Kentucky team. So they got some weapons on offense. It's going to be a real challenge for us. It's always a tough place to play, so we're going to have to do a great job in preparation this week. And Lane's done a really good job of utilizing their personnel over there. He did a great job when he was here with us, so this will be a very challenging game.
We look forward to it. Look forward to seeing you there, Coach, and we appreciate you joining us this week here on The Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Coca-Cola, together tastes better. By the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Trustmark, people you trust, advice that works.